So I just wanted to show you a couple of things about how you might create some terrain upon which your house can sit, a little bit of landscape, and then also how you could say bring a driveway down across that. So a couple of things in here. There's a set of tools called the Sandbox. It's a bar that lives up inside your view tool palettes right there. If you don't see that, you'll have to go in and get it. It might even be under an extensions manager. So if you can't find that, let me know, but you should be able to get to that. On a PC, it's going to be in your default tray. You'll have to go find it in your, and you have to turn that on. Once you got that tool set available to you, we're going to use the second one down here and create terrain from scratch. You'll notice in my dimensions window in the bottom right that it says I've got a 10-foot grid spacing. So when I draw a line here on the red axis, you see every increment there is 10 feet. And every increment there is 10 feet. So I've got a property that's like 850 by 500 or something like that. So far, not very interesting. What I want to do, though, is put hills and valleys in this. So I've got to double click it to open it up. Just like a group or a component, you've got to open it up before you can edit it. And then I want to grab this tool called the Smooth tool, S-M-O-O-V-E, Smooth and Move. So I've got a 300-foot radius on that Smooth tool. You see there, you can see the size of that, which lets me just press and hold down and smush a little dent in there and then raise a hill right there. And so you can kind of have some fun with this thing. If you find yourself thinking what I'd really like to do is create, much more complex geometry, you can have a lot of fun. You can bring a bunch of stuff in here. Create details, create little bumps. You can create, all kinds of things like that. So I've got kind of an interesting shape there. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm kind of, it's an interesting landscape upon which to work. So far, so good. I'm going to grab the grass and say the whole darn thing is filled with grass. Oops, I'm going to just grab the whole thing and fill it with grass. Doink, doink, doink. So now I can see I've got grass everywhere. By the way, I am viewing this with edge styles. Edges are turned off. Yours might look like it's got a lot of stuff going on with it. Let's turn the edges on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see what that looks like. Now what I'd like to do is create a road with a driveway on it that's going to work out for me to put, I'll bring my Mercedes-Benz down there for it. So what I'm going to do is just create a rectangle here and I'm working next to the landscape here. I'll put it like that maybe. So there's a road and I'm going to bring that down. Oops, oh, I see what's going on. It's working inside the component. I don't want to do that. So declick, and then you can get your rectangle tool and do whatever the heck you want, but don't work inside the component. So I'm going to put that road down there. Maybe I'll put a little circle on the end of that and make a cul-de-sac on the end so you can turn around in there. I can throw away those little edges right there. And now there's my road. So that's, okay, that's fine. What I want to do is put this onto this property. But what I've got to do is put this above the property and then what's called drape it onto that. So I'm going to use the Move tool to fly this up in the sky on the blue axis. And then I'm going to put it on the green axis over top of the property. Camera, standard views, top will show me where that sits relative to the rest of it. Maybe you want to go a little farther in. I'm pretty happy with where that's laying right now. So that means I can go down here again and look at where I am on this. Okay, are you with me now? Here we go. We're going to take this shape and I'm going to grab the drape tool. That's the fifth one down here. Project or drop edges onto a terrain. Click the drape tool and then click your terrain. And look at that. There it is. It just drew it onto that surface. So that's pretty cool. Now you're going to say, what I'd really like to do, Tom, is make that look like it's done with a different material. By the way, this, we can throw it away. We don't need it anymore. How nice is that? So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to get to the soften and smooth edges. Remember our soften, smooth edges? Soften. So if I grab that and then pull that back a bit, even any number, it doesn't have to be everything. It won't go all of it away. But enough of it will go away that you can then select this shape right there and say, I want that to be done with pea gravel. Whoa. So there I go. I've got gravel in there and I've got grass over there, and it looks like $1,000,000. And the other thing I can do then is go back to my view, back to edge style, turn off my edges, and I've got something that's pretty cool. I've got a little problem right there that I have to go back and fix. It's one little piece of the fill that didn't work. But that's the general idea. I hope that helps in terms of making that work. I will talk to you all later with more videos.